All right, so what I wanted to do on the Troubleshooting Tuesday is talk a little bit about carrying colors, keeping them somewhat untangled, keep them workable, and kind of what I mean when I say hide the twist, things like that. So let's go ahead and follow me on here. So this next little section, I'm going to finish off the section of red. So I have two more red stitches. I'm going to do two light pink, swap back into three red, and then four light pink. So it's going to give us kind of that red, light pink back and forth as the example. So we are going to do 1 and 2. We're going to swap the pink. So in this example, you can kind of see the red and the pink, they're not crossed by any means. So in that case, I'm just going to drop the red completely and pick up the pink. And now that we're going to have the pink, we're going to do 2. And then we're going to pick up the red again. So what you feel in this example is if I drop the pink, there's going to be a twist here, or it might be lower down off camera. But in short, because I already swapped the red to the pink, that's already kind of, the twist, if you will. So if I drop back and do a second one, if I just drop the pink and pick up the red, it's going to just continuously twist and get you a knot. So instead, what I do to kind of help that undo that twist is instead of dropping the light pink, I pull it up over the hook like this, and then I pick up the red. So you'll see on the back end, if I get it in camera view, the light pink is over the hook, the other carried colors are under. So, or I should say, they're all going to be eventually over the hook, but the twist here, I hide all the way up into the stitch. So instead of that twist being down here under the hook where it's going to be tangling and you're going to have a bunch of twists, to here to work with. So when I say hide the twist, that just means I do the working color over and I hide that twist up here. So and I'm going to do that another time as another example. So we kind of already undid the twist that we did here. So now we're going to pick up the pink and we're able to drop the red and continue on with the pink. I needed to do 3 red, so it would help if I actually did the right number of colors in this example. 3 red, and now pick up the pink, drop the red. So in this case, there's no colors over this working color. So now I'm able to pick up the peach, and again, there's no twist in here, but there will be a twist when I go to change back to the light pink on this side. Let me actually do the peach. It's always hard when you're trying to show something and you're not paying enough attention to what you're doing. Here we go. We're actually going to do the light peach. So I'm going to swap back to the peach. So you can kind of see here, if I just drop that light peach, it's over the light pink. So that's when I say it's already twisted. So in this case, to hide that twist, I'm going to pull the light peach over. We're going to pull up the light pink as our working color and push that over like that. And you don't absolutely have to do a whole lot of focus with this. You always have the end of the row cut the yarn to untangle. This is just a technique as you're going, especially if you're doing a very large project with a lot more color changes than this particular one. You're gonna keep those twists at a minimum. Um, Again, you're never gonna have no twists unless you're, obscenely um, untangling as you go. But the idea is momentum, keep going forward, versus sitting there trying to focus on everything twisting and untwisting and not trying to knot it and things like that. So I'm gonna do a couple more examples just on camera and let me know if this makes sense and we'll go from there. So on this one, I dropped the peach. I'm gonna pick it back up. Thus, if I drop this, there's a twist. So that's gonna go over, and these other two are gonna go under. Like that. So everything's over the hook. Let's get that in the light. Everything's over the hook, but the peach is over the working color while the other two are underneath it. And that's how I hide the twist. I did it again. I needed to do 3. Try that one more time. Pick that up, go over, the other two under. So this one we're going to drop the pink, pick up the light peach, go all the way across. For the 11 peach, try not to snag stuff. Pick up the light pink, hide the twist. Pick the red, drop the pink. Pick up the pink again, hide the twist. Drop the pink. So it's always every other. So you're not going to hide the twist every time, but kind of every other color change when you do the same sequence. So if you're going red, red, the light pink, red, the light pink, then every other one you would hide the twist. So you drop, hide the twist, drop, hide the twist. So that other one, we dropped it. So here we're going to hide the twist. Swap the peach. We're going to drop it. Since we dropped it last time, we're gonna hide the twist this time and do 4. Okay, well, hopefully I got enough for a tutorial as well as maybe a short. Let me know if you have any questions or any recommendations, or tell me how you kind of manage the knots, if you do it all or if you just have the satisfaction at the end of the row of cutting and untangling. Always interested in hearing your process. We'll go from there and I'll see you in the next one.